Hi, I'm Clifford Morgan and I want to have a chat to you about my counterintuitive business model. This week I had the absolute pleasure of wrapping up with one of my coaching clients. She's a senior general manager of a high-performing team. The cultural survey for their organisation actually said that her team is the most engaged in the entire company. But she was struggling with some of her peer-level interactions. Not only was she facing some resistance to some of her initiatives, but there was sometimes outright antagonism. So we've been working over the last 6 months really around kind of strategic influence across the organisation and developing meaningful relationships, really focusing on how she presents herself in those sort of situations. And she came to me this week and she was telling me about some of the beneficial interactions that she'd had with some of her peers, some of the opportunities that had arisen out of that, and just describing how confident she felt as a leader moving forward. And it was great, and I got really excited because we both realized that she didn't need me anymore. And that means that I'm doing my job. You see, I operate from the philosophy that I first came across in the former Australian cricket coach's autobiography, John Buchanan, this concept and philosophy of make yourself redundant. And you know, that's how I operate. With all of my clients, my aim is to equip them and empower them and get them to a position where they no longer need my services. You know, that philosophy of making yourself redundant doesn't just apply to me as a coach or my profession, but I would argue that every great transformational leader should be operating from that philosophy as well. See, a good transformational leader is really leading in a way that develops their people, transforming them into a high performing version of themselves. Now, higher performing doesn't just mean that they're going to be doing their job better, but it also means that they can perform at a higher level within the organization and do higher responsibilities. That means your job. You see, a great leader should be making themselves redundant from the day-to-day operations of the business. That means that they can delegate tasks and give themselves more time to be strategic and do the work that only you as a leader can do. You know, that might be, exploring new markets and new products, doing some really strategic work on the systems and processes of the business to make it more efficient, or even looking at new technology that'll increase margins for the organization. Whatever that is, you can't do that properly if you are stuck in the day-to-day. And so what you should be doing is developing your people so that they can do your job and release you to do even higher, more intentional and strategic work. So, you know, that's my philosophy, and my business model is built around it, of making myself redundant. You know, it may seem kind of counterintuitive, and maybe a little bit crazy, but this week, not only did I lose a client, I had the executive director of that same organization come to me and say, hey Cliff, I've got 2 more managers that I'd like you to work with. So it may be counterintuitive, but it's working for me. Hey, if you would like to learn more about transformational leadership and some of my philosophies, or even work with me as a coach, then please reach out. But I'd like to thank you so much for watching this short video. I know there's a lot of people vying for your time, and the fact that you spent time with me, I really appreciate it. I'd encourage you to press like or put in a comment. Tell me what you think about my business model. And if you know someone who you think might benefit from watching this video, I encourage you to share it with them. Thanks for everything, guys. Until next time, lead well.